Hello everybody, this is Chad, and today we are back in Minecraft. That guy just decided to not want to be even part of this conversation anymore. But today we've got quite a bit of work ahead of us. So, for most of my series, I've had this animal pen up here, and the animals are not currently loading in, but the sheep have been probably my most used animal. That didn't sound right, but like, I use wool for a lot of things, and I want to get a lot of wool for a lot of things I have planned. Like, wool is still the easiest thing to get that has a lot of different color options. Like, concrete is another thing that has a lot of, colorful options, but it's much more expensive to get because you need to get sand, gravel, and the dye. Whereas you can just keep shearing sheep. Now it's a bit quicker to get, honestly, than wool, but it's also not renewable, and that's a problem. So it's it's a limited resource, and I don't have a lot of gravel anyway. So today we are going to be expanding our sheep farm, but we're also going to be moving it in a way, and we're also going to be flattening out a ton of land. There's quite a bit of land out here, but there's also quite a bit of land out here. And there's also quite a bit of land out there, but it's also not really at the level that I want it to be. I might want the city to also move in this direction. So we're going to be doing quite a bit of terraforming today. And but for a sheep farm expansion, and the way I want my sheep farm to work, like currently I have one pen for all my sheep. I want 16 pens, each for, one for each type of wool. That's going to be a lot of work to do, and we want to get this down to level 63, but we want to do it over here to be more efficient, because it would take a long time leveling all of this out to 63, and we don't really need to, but we do need a lot of land. And over here, like over there, actually seems quite easy to terraform out to 63 because it's already, like, sea level is 63, or technically maybe 62, I don't actually know. But like out here there's a lot of land that's already at level 63, but we don't have a lot of wood here. We do have a forest though, so we could get some wood for chests to store all of the dirt that we're going to be getting, but why waste any more time? Let's eat some carrots and get to work. This is going to be a lot of work that we need to do, but it'll help in the long run because, like a lot of I have a lot of projects in mind, and a lot of them are going to be using wool. Some will use concrete because I believe that like if I wanted to make like a carpet or something, I would want to make that out of wool. But if I want to make like some kind of colorful, but something that would in reality need like a lot of pressure, or need to be durable, I would probably want to make that out of concrete just to kind of get the look right. But wool is going to be my main focus right now. Like, I can focus on concrete if I get more gravel. Like, there's tons of gravel in the ocean, so that would actually work out pretty well. But there's also a lot of gravel and like a lot of coastlines, and I should actually do quite a bit more exploration in these videos. I did a lot of exploration early on in this series, like episodes, I believe, like 13 to 16 were like just exploration based. Like, we got that desert temple that had those pottery sherds, and I want to get more of those. I want to do more 1.20 style stuff, but I also want to do like some more basic stuff, like terraforming, for instance. Going back to basics, and there's so much tall grass here. I kind of forgot how much grass is in a place that you've barely even touched. Because, like, I've mowed the lawn enough to the point where there's no grass, no tall grass, like, in the village. Well, I don't think there's a lot of tall grass in the village, but there's also not, like, any tall grass in the places that I flattened out, because I've just worked so much there. But anyway, back to the sheep pen. We're gonna want you know, maybe a space to park a boat, because we're not going to have any land routes here anytime soon. And we also want, you know, spots to actually make we want like a square area for our sheep pens. And there goes my shovel. Might want to get rid of some of this water here. So we'll do our trademark two dirt deep strategy, just so that if we ever do dig this place out, which we probably won't, but just in case we ever do, I'm starting to run out of air here. We don't immediately fall into the water, but there's not going to be any water after this 2 dirt deep strategy, so that actually wouldn't be that much of a problem. But it would be a problem if we only did 1 layer deep. The only problem with that is that it costs twice the amount of dirt that it would cost for, you know, if we did just 1 block deep. So that's you know, the only real con with this strategy. There's some sugarcane there. I don't see a lot of sugarcane just growing that I didn't plant, because I don't really explore a lot anymore, as I was saying. Alright. Get these last little bits of water over here. I'm also going to have to dig this out. This is going to take a while. There's also some sugarcane over there that I could gather. I would like some more books, because I do kind of want to make a library for the city. That's another idea that I've had for quite some time, but I don't have a lot of books. I don't think I mean, I have just enough books for my enchantment table, but I could also use a bit more for that as well. I don't really enchant a lot, though, so let's get all this sugarcane, and we can make all this into books later on. Maybe we can make a bit of a coastline here. There's also some... Is that clay? That's just sand. Oh, that's clay. I also could use a bit more clay, because as I was saying in, I think, the previous episode, I used a lot of clay for my brick roof, or my mostly brick roof, to the point where I started using granite for some of the roof, and it actually looks kind of good, but I would also like to build some, like, buildings out of brick, or, you know, either mostly out of brick or entirely out of brick. And I don't have a lot of brick, and that would require a lot of clay anyway, so any amount of clay would be nice to gather, but it's also kind of hard to gather because it's underwater, and you dig slower underwater. Alright. All this, I think that's just stone, I don't think that's actual clay. We can cover the rest of this up with dirt. And, okay, there's some clay down there, that's gravel. I could also gather some gravel, but I don't need to do that just yet. Alright. Okay, that's all the dirt in that stack, but we can use the other stacks that we've gathered from our terraforming to maybe make this coastline a bit bigger. We just make land out of the water, essentially. And then we kind of make it look semi-natural, and by natural, I guess I mean Machu Picchu, because this is kind of what my terraforming techniques remind me of, is like the very squareness of, and like square declines in elevation of Machu Picchu. Which, but that's really all you can do to make things look quote-unquote natural in Minecraft, because we're just working with blocks here. But, alright. I don't exactly know where I want to start building these sheep pens. I also want to use cobblestone walls for the pens rather than fences, and I just realized that I don't have a bed on me. That's a problem. I gotta very quickly go to the village to get either my bed. Where did I put my bed? I don't even remember. There's a turtle in that boat chest. Boat with the chest, actually. I thought I gathered it. I think between episodes I put my bed in my storeroom because I was in there. I think putting away some of the stuff from last episode. So we can just use the hotel for now, and I should get I might actually just steal one of the beds from this hotel, because no one's going to stop me from doing that. And each room has a double bed anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Alright, let's just take this bed here. I'll just make sure to keep my spawn point, respawn point there. And I also have to remember to take this back to the hotel after this episode. Alright, I could probably take some wood from over here, because we are going to need a few chests simply for storing all the stuff that we're getting from terraforming, because you do get a lot of blocks from doing that. I'm just going to take one, or the logs necessary to make just one double chest, because we're probably not going to need that much this episode, at least. It might also be a good idea to bring a boat with me. I didn't do that. Like, between episodes, I've been flattening out this area for just to get over to that area, because I thought we could maybe make some more housing for the villagers over there. But I think we could use this for our farming sector in the city. We could also be some kind of weird farming, not weird, but some farming sector. It's going to be if you had a farming economy, I guess. But it's just, in this case, it's for wool, because that would really help me out. Again, as I was saying, wool is good for colorful things, and so is concrete. But concrete's expensive, and I used wool for the sails of my boat, and I'm also wanting to use. I was going to use wool for a building, but now that I think about it, that might actually be a bad idea because of lightning strikes. But if I put a lightning rod somewhere around there that wouldn't actually harm anything, that might actually just be fine to build that out of. Because I was thinking of maybe building a barn for the rest of my animals, because they were just in pens, and someone actually suggested building a barn for them. And I was thinking, alright, what's the stereotypical barn thing? Alright, red and white. I'll need a bunch of red and white wool for that. But I could actually build that out of red and white concrete instead. But that's for future episodes. That's a future project that we could work on. But for right now, it doesn't matter. Right now, I just need to terraform enough of this to build relatively big sheep pens, to be perfectly honest. I mean, they're going to be... I want them to be 12 by 12, I believe. And it's going to take, one, a lot of cobblestone walls, and two, just a lot of land. But it will be worth it, because it's a lot of grass for the sheep to graze on and regrow their wool, and also have the grass keep spreading to them. Because running out of grass is a very big concern that I've had for sometimes. I'm also running out of food. I'm also running out of shovels, and I didn't bring... Or no, I didn't... Okay, my crafting table's there. I thought I didn't have a crafting table for a second. But we need to make a double chest for all this stuff that we're getting here. Clay, dirt, flowers, seeds, all the stuff, basically. And I don't remember when we got cobblestone. I don't remember why I have cobblestone, but probably from it was from the castle last episode, building the castle's basement. Last episode, I forgot to get rid of that. I don't know why when I said I forgot to get rid of that, it just felt grammatically wrong, but that's actually grammatically correct, yeah. Alright. I don't know exactly where I want the flat land to stop. Well, eventually I'm going to want all of this to be flat land, but I'm eventually going to be wanting to build maybe some, small housing around this farm. Kind of like farmhouses in a way. They have this be like a rural area, or maybe a rural suburb. I don't know. I have no idea what I want what plans I have for this area. Because I haven't really thought this far from the city. I've just thought of the city over there, not the city over here, or any other cities for that matter. This is also a lot of work for one person to take on. So I have thought about inviting some other people in. I've talked about this before, but I've thought about inviting maybe some other people in. I I won't say like who I've thought of inviting in because, well, I haven't invited them yet, so I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. But you know, I've thought of inviting some people in and you know, maybe making this a cooperative series. But for right now, that's all. That's not like you know, anything. There's nothing confirmed or anything planned specifically yet. It's just you know, ideas that I've had, and I kind of just caused an avalanche, or not an avalanche, but I don't really know what to call it actually. Let's just make this fully stable. Put some dirt around here. Get rid of the sand because that kind of looks weird now. Alright. Whoop, that sand just jumped out of there. Alright. Alright, I think that's basically good. Maybe just a few more finishing touches here and here. Yep, that works. How'd that sand get all the way over there? I don't know how that happened. Alright. There's some clay over there. I do kind of want to get that, but I also don't want to, you know, drown from trying to get this. Alright. Okay, the one thing I don't like about trying to get clay like this is because it can float in water, so it can float like, you know, 20 blocks away from me, and I have to go getting it, which costs 1 time and 2. Well, actually, since it takes a bit of time to do that, I also run the risk of starting to drown, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so in the next episode, we can maybe start to plan where we want our sheep pens to start being, because we got quite a bit of flat land now that we didn't have at the start of this episode. So we've made some pretty good progress, but I don't exactly know if there's some water there. Maybe you should get rid of that. This little weird T. Alright, there we go. Perfect, alright. So yeah, we've got quite a bit of flat land. I might make this coastline a bit more of a straight line, just to make this easier to plant. That's not how I wanted that dirt to be. There we go. Yeah, I might make this more of a straight line so we can, you know, like maybe more accurately. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, I think that could work. A bit of a straight line. Maybe I get rid of these little bits. Maybe add a bit more here. Yeah, that could work to me. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna leave this episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.